3-run lead, lost to the Phillies in extras on Wednesday, blew a 2-run lead and went to extras on Thursday. Ken Takahashi facing Chase Utley. Takahashi pitching because K-Rod wasn't available. David Wright trying to settle him down. Ryan Howard up. Takahashi got him 2 away. They're almost done. The Mets trying to finish this one off. No, Raul Ibanez, no, I'll finish this one off. 3-run shot for him, his 8th off a lefty, his 21st of the season. His great season continues. The Phillies come back to win this one 6-3. They are now 23-9 on the road this season, tops the previous 5. The Marlins hadn't beaten the Cardinals in a series since August of 2003. Andrew Miller had it working. Gets Rick Ankiel, Brian Ludwig, and just so you understand, Brian Barton. Miller 6 in the 3rd. Struck out 8, gave up 3 earned runs. Top 6, Cardinals down 4-1. 1 on for Albert Pujols. He's back. Yes, he is. Bangs off the upper deck. Pujols' 19th home run this season. Cardinals down 4-3. Bottom 6, same score. Nobody on. Ross Glode at the plate. That's well hit. His 2nd homer of the game. His first career multi-homer game. Glode with 3 home runs this season. Marlins up 5-3. Miller left in the 7th with a 2-run lead. Top 8, Cardinals down 5-3, 2 on for Ludwig. Cody Ross can't handle it. 2-run score. Ross said the game is on the line right there, and I got to come up with that play. There's no excuse. Next batter is Kobe Rasmus. He didn't need an excuse. He got an RBI single, and the Cardinals going to win at 6-5. That's 2 in a row for them now. Thursday, top of the 4th, nobody out. Ian Stewart off Giovanni Gallardo. Stewart's 12th home run of the season. Rockies up 2-0, off to a good start. Not a good day for catchers. First, Jason Kendall for the Brewers, top of the 5th. Clint Barmas knocks Kendall's mask off on the follow-through. Ooh, he got nailed. That could have been worse. Bottom 5, Kendall at bat now. Squares, takes one right off the inside of his arm. That had to hurt. And then there's Rockies catcher Paul Phillips during the sausage race. He almost ran over the chorizo. we flash back. That may be the first time I've ever said that. See, the chorizo got out of the way the last time. That's Jason LaRue. He got caught up in the sausage race. 2nd time in 2 weeks. All right, enough sausage. Bottom of the 9th. Brewers down 5-1, 2 on, 2 outs for Ryan Braun. Like a boss. He went down and got it. 3-run shot, his 13th of the season. Brewers down by just 1. After the Rockies walk Prince Fielder, Houston Street says, we've had enough of this. The Rockies win their 8th straight on the road. They are rolling. They may never go back to Coors.
Toronto outscoring Texas 15-3 in the first 2 games of this series. Wednesday's game rained out, and Thursday's game all about D. Top 2 no-score. Lyle Overbay grounds to 2nd. Ian Kinsler. How about that stop? That's a TPN. That's a top play nominee if you're new to the program. Bottom 2, still no score. David Murphy. Look at the kid in the stands. Sign him up, dude. And look at the kid. The kid looks. We got a little Ian Kinsler there. Top 4, Rangers up 1. Vernon Wells chopper. Kevin Millwood, who pitched 7 2/3 scoreless, knocks it down bare hand. Millwood said, "I'm okay." Kinsler gonna send one foul. And is it another? Does that look like Kinsler? No, that doesn't look so much like him. Who's that look like? I don't know. David Cohn. Top 5.
That was good.
I haven't not seen the highlight before, and I called David Cohn out. Elvis Andrus, that is definitely a TPN. He goes in amongst the peoples. And then Michael Young, a fan, another catch. Just the 4th 1-0 victory in 16 seasons.
Games into the season series, the Yankees still looking for their first win over the Red Sox. Bottom 2nd, no score. David Ortiz about to change that a long way the other way. Off CC Sabathia, 1-0 Red Sox. Ortiz's 4th home run, his 3rd in 5 games. Poppy's heating up. We go to the 7th, tied at 1. Yankees with 2 on, 2 outs, 3-2 count. Big situation for Alex Rodriguez. And he delivers. Off the wall of Manny Del Carmen, 2-run score. Yankees go up 3-1. Their first lead of the series. Bottom 8. Sabathia still in the game. Red Sox with 2 on. J.D. Drew. Nick Green coming around. Red Sox down 3-2. Sabathia done. Threw 123 pitches, allowed 4 earned runs at his first start against Boston for the Yankees. Later in the inning, bases loaded. Jason Bay off Alfredo Aceves. Dustin Pedroia comes in. That ties the game at 3. Red Sox will go up 4-3 on a Mike Lowell sacrifice fly. Top 9, Jonathan Papelbon in to save it. Mark Teixeira up. Kevin Youkilis will handle that. The Red Sox win 4-3. They get the sweep. They go from 2 back to 1 up in the AL East. And they don't have to see the Yankees again until August 6th. So they can sit back and...
The channel. Kansas City and Cleveland. Greinke is not allowed to run after the 5th inning this season. He's got a 2-1 lead, bottom 6. Shin-Soo Choo strikes out singing. Greinke walked 3 in this game after walking just 5 in his last 7 starts. Victor Martinez in a 3-1 game there. He's out. John Bale in. Choo grounder to first. This should be 2. But Tony Pena, error there. Mark DeRosa scores with the head-first slide. Choo advance on another poor throw. They bring in Joakim Soria. Next batter, Johnny Peralta. He doesn't go yard, but he gets enough of it to score Choo, who was on second because of the bad throw. Kansas City errors, killing Greinke and the Royals. We go 10th inning, still tied. Kyle Farnsworth with 2 on. Choo is 0 for 4 with 3 Ks. Coco Crisp can't make the grab, and look at why he couldn't. Watch for the low-flying goals right there. The ball hits the goal and moves just enough. Crisp can't get it. No comment from the bird afterwards. Crisp said crazy things happen in this game.
His jaw there. Bottom of the second, Will Nevis. Bouncing ball. Alex Gonzalez. In time. Top of the 6th, Reds up 2-0. Ramon Hernandez to Christian Guzman. Another great defensive play.
That was the top play earlier in the show.
Neil Everett with the top plays recap.
Yeah, I think you were texting.
In case you missed. Bottom of the 8th, Ryan Zimmerman. Ground ball to Alex Gonzalez. He starts the double play, but Alberto Gonzalez slides into Brandon Phillips. That throws the throw off. Guzman scores, and the Nats take the lead 3-2. Pirates had only 2 hits before the 9th. Andy LaRoche barely got that one. Andrew McCutchen and Adam LaRoche score. Pirates get the 3-1 win. Scoring a problem for Atlanta. 1-2-3 hitters, 0 for 11.
See your Pirates Braves going to raise you Cubs Astros. Top 9. Houston up 1. LaTroy Hawkins is not caffeinated. Derek Lee goes yard. His 7th, and this game is tied, and it would remain tied until the bottom of the 13th. Jeff Blum against Jose Eschanio. And remember Blum Wednesday? Remember Blum Thursday. The Cubs certainly do. His 2nd consecutive night with the walk-off winner, Astros, 2-1.
It's time for SportsCenter's top 10 plays. Number 10 comes from the LPGA. Anna Nordquist. This is her 4th shot on 18. I think you know what's going to happen here. Yes, ma'am. 66 for her. She's 1 shot off the lead.
Not a real top 10 high five there. She's a beauty, number 9. Look what is going on in Times Square. Red Bull Racing's Brian Vickers. Looks like something for the Letterman show. Pit stop.
Number 8, Tigers and White Sox. Bottom 9 tied at 3. Bases loaded. Scott Posednik past the drawn-in infield. Brian Anderson comes in to score. White Sox win 4-3 on the walk-off, and that's the new thing now. Avoid your teammates after the walk-off.
The NASCAR highlight was from Wednesday. They drove it across country to L.A., so we'd have it on Thursday. Athletics Twins at 7, bottom 9. Raji Davis, bloop single, and the Athletics win in walk-off.
Number 6, Lakers and Magic. This was before the game. Dwight Howard underhanded, got it. Now, that's harder than a free throw, which raises some questions.
Reds and Nationals at 5. Ramon Hernandez grounder up the middle. Christian Guzman diving stop, then throws from his backside to nab Hernandez at first. Nationals win.
Number 4, Yankees and Red Sox. Melky Cabrera. Rocco Baldelli with the diving catch. And the Red Sox go on to win it 4-3.
Okay, this is 3. So 2-1, I'm very anxious to see. 10 seconds left in regulation. Derek Fisher, the 3, forced overtime, and then in overtime, Fisher again. If some is good, more is better, and the Lakers win and are up 3-1.
Number 2, Blue Jays and Rangers. Kevin Millar, pop foul down the third baseline. Elvis Andrus, we got to win this game. Elvis has left the field. Will the Rangers win it 1-0?
At 1, Cubs, Astros. Micah Hoffpower, dead center. Michael Bourne climbing the hill. Catches the ball on his Zacola. You know who else makes that catch?
Who?
Nick Jonas. Astros win 2-1 in 13.
We're talking about get to the pop-up eventually, but first let's show you what happened leading up to it at Yankee Stadium. Bottom third, Yankees down 2-1. Mark Teixeira with one on and one gone off Livan Hernandez, who went 5 1/3, 7 hits, 6 earned runs. Teixeira's 20th. Yankees up 3-2. Bottom 6, they're down 6-4. Hideki Matsui, sayonara. 3-run shot for him off John Switzer. Matsui's 9th. Came on his 35th birthday. Second straight year he's hit a home run on his birthday. Yanks up 7-6. Top 8, they bring in Mariano Rivera, trying to get a 2-inning save, facing David Wright with one on. Wright, not ready to go. Carlos Beltran coming around to score. Mets go up 8-7. Third lead of the game, blown by the Yankees. See what their closer can do in the 9th. Francisco Rodriguez, no blown saves this season. On for this one. Derek Jeter up. The captain delivering. Base hit up the middle. Next batter, Johnny Damon. He didn't start. He's pinch hitting. And K-Rod got him swinging, but Jeter able to steal second on the play. And so now here comes Teixeira. Got behind in the count. So K-Rod will put him on intentionally. And that sets up Alex Rodriguez with a chance to be the hero. 2 on, 2 out.
Popped up. Castillo. Dropped the ball. He dropped the ball. Here comes Teixeira. And the Yankees win. Oh, my goodness. He dropped the ball. What an ending. The Yankees win 9-8 in the most improbable fashion.
Really? Take a look at how it developed. A-Rod thought it was over, slammed his bat down. Castillo, a 3-time Gold Glover, he said, I feel bad. I feel so bad afterwards. Joe Girardi getting excited. Teixeira said he put it into second gear. When he saw Girardi waving him around, he said, I don't have a 3rd, 4th, or 5th gear. K-Rod said, I've never seen that before. Not really a walk-off, it's a drop-off or a goof-off.
At first base, bottom 3, Phillies up 1. Jimmy Rollins foul ball, and Ortiz. I don't got it. Rollins, Utley, and Worth 0 for 15 with 6 Ks, and Poppy says, I don't stink, but I'm tired. They still booed J.D. Drew. That's what he does to the Phillies right there off Joe Blanton, his 9th. Red Sox take a 2-1 lead on the solo shot. John Lester.
They don't ever forget in Philly, do they?
No. John Lester retired 18 of the last 19 he faced, 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned, struck out 11, including Ryan Howard there. Jonathan Papelbon, he pitched the last 2 games, and he usually is on triple espresso, but he can't go, so Ramon Ramirez is in, and he's drinking decaf. Howard takes him yard. His 19th in the bottom of the 9th, game tied, and Papelbon. Oh, man. Game goes to extras. Let's go 11. Phillies looking for their 3rd straight comeback win in extras, and pinch hitter Greg Dobbs has got it. Missed it by that much. He'd later strike out to end the inning. 20 Ks for the Phillies. Charlie Manuel came out and questioned it. There's no replay. Ump said he had his eyes on it the whole way. They get 3 in the top of the 13th. The Red Sox do off Kyle Kendrick, who was called up from AAA earlier Friday. Kobe Ellsbury there, scoring Jason Bay, and Boston going to win it 5-2. Is your beat him 4-3, another side, and now they get Halladay. So that's 5 Cy Young Award winners in 8 days, and Halladay is so good. You know, he's the major league leader in wins with 10, and in his last 9 starts, 7-0 with a 2.03 ERA against John Baker to go 1-6-3 double play there. And it's Jeremy Hermida there, and then Cito Gaston comes out, and afterwards Halladay said out of nowhere he felt a pinch. He throws a practice pitch, and you see it right there, and you can't risk anything with that dude. He's too strong of a cat, so you got to replace him. And so now the bullpen's tested, and they got Brandon League in there from the 808, and Brother was not powered by Poi, but apparently Cody Ross was. Grand slam, that makes up for that error a little bit Thursday in that loss to St. Louis. Marlins up 7-3. The game was tied on that one, and they go on and win it. They beat up the bullpen, and they beat up the Blue Jays 7-3.
29 hits in their last 2 games. They're spending the weekend in Cleveland playing the Indians. Bottom first, 2 outs, 1 on. Shin-Soo Choo, he didn't need any help from the Birds this time. His game winner glanced off a bird on Thursday, put the Indians up 1-0 right there as Victor Martinez scores. Remember a couple of days ago we were talking about how Albert Pujols was slumping? Yeah. There's Pujols. Like a boss, his 20th. Ties the game at 1. Bottom 7, 2 outs, bases loaded. It's Choo up again. You know what they did to keep the Birds away? They shot off fireworks every half inning.
Get Nugent out there with a bow. That'll keep him.
And Choo drives in 2 more. Indians going to win at 7-3. They saved some fireworks for after the game. And they got to enjoy him because they won. Beat the Cardinals 7-3. Woohoo! Kevin Sloy already had 8 wins this season. He was looking for number 9 against the Cubs and getting plenty of help from Joe Mauer, hitting .410 in 37 games this season. That'll help. 2-run shot off Mr. Randy Wells. Mauer went 2 for 4, improved his average to .413. Twins up 2-0 on Mauer's 13th. Quite an afternoon for Milton Bradley in right field. Twins up 4-3. Jason Kubel at the plate. Little lazy fly ball. And Bradley, well, he can't find it. Drops way in front of him. That would lead to a Twins run later in the inning. Top of the 8th, the adventure continues for Bradley. Mauer up now, runners on the corners, and easy catch for Bradley. He thinks the inning is over, and he throws the ball into the crowd. And a run scores on a sacrifice fly. Brendan Harris on first advances to third, and the Twins win it 7-4.
Coach Rick Knapp on Rick Porcello's ability with the stick. Says Porcello's moving up the list. He doesn't have his man muscles yet, but he's hitting the ball out of the park. Kid's 20. I'm guessing he'll be happy to hear that. First major league at bat. 2 on, 2 out. Hey, got enough. Give him the ball. Meglio scores. Tigers up 1-0. Let's go top 6. Still 1-0. Porcello on deck. Pirates going to intensely walk Ramon Santiago to get to the pitcher. Ian Snell says, I can get this guy out. No, you can't. Hugs the first base line. Gerald Laird scores. Second hit and RBI of the game. Tigers up 2-0. They go on to win 3-1. And young Rick gets his 7th win against 4 losses on the season. Troy Tulowitzki. I know you know. That ball is gonzo. 8th home run of the year. Rockies down 4-3. Bottom 6. Game tied. Runners on the corner. Dexter Fowler. Lay down Sally. Ian Stewart safe at home. Don Wakamatsu, Hood River, Oregon. Going to come out and argue that one. Doesn't like the call. The other great name out of Hood River, Greg Mosier. Stewart looks like he's got his foot on home before Rob Johnson tagged him. Rockies lead 5-4. They're now up 6-4. Force out there, and the Rockies end up winning 6-4. So that is 9 in a row as Ichiro grounds out to end the game.
It's a Bay Area thing. Athletics and Giants. Tim Lincecum's pitching. Top first, no score. Jack Cuss, sit down. Jason Giambi, you can join him. Next batter's Landon Powell. Look at that changeup. Can't do anything with that. Third strikeout of the game for Lincecum. Bottom 5 still scoreless. Lincecum at the plate against Vin Mazzaro with the bases loaded, helping himself. 3rd RBI of the season for Lincecum. He could be a Jonas brother.
Great hair.
Top 6, 3-0. San Francisco. Lincecum facing Cust again. Got him with the changeup. That's 6. And then Rajay Davis. Lincecum with a 7-hitter. Struck out 8. Game news conference. LeBron didn't say anything.
10 plays. Penguins beat the Red Wings, but the Tigers beat the Pirates. Miguel Cabrera with plays like that, part of the reason why.
Number 9, LPGA McDonald's Championship. Julie Inkster on 16. I think you know what's going to happen here. And it did. She's tied for 32nd, 1 under 71, but she made top plays.
At 8, up in Maine, he's 85, and he's crazy. George H.W. Bush. Paris jumping out of a perfectly good plane to celebrate his birthday. Go give your wife a kiss.
Number 7, Cardinals and Indians. Yadier Molina with a line drive. Mark DeRosa. Quick reaction. Great athleticism. And he makes the play.
At 6, turn it up to 11, Juice.
Down to third it goes. That's a fair ball. Up with it, Melvin Mora. Oh, tip the cap on that one. What a play by Mora and a stretch by Salazar.
Mora gets the top play, but the Braves got the win.
Number 5, Cardinals and Indians. Victor Martinez at the plate. It's not about him. It's about Rick Ankiel. Hey, say hey to Rick Ankiel. Great play, losing effort once again.
You know what I got on my mind right now?
What do you got?
Maui. J.D. Drew lining 1 to center field. That's where Shane Victorino lives. Hi, our area code's 808. Great play, but the Red Sox won in extras.
Number 3, White Sox and Brewers. Chris Getz. Right to Corey Hart. Well, a whole lot of defense in top plays tonight. And Hart got dirty. Brewers win 7-2.
St. Jude Classic. Round 2, 17th hole, second shot, par 4. Camilo Villegas, 172 yards away. Bounce, eagle. Weather cut this one short.
He did not need his putter. And number 1. Penguins and Red Wings 6 seconds into the game. Brian Rafalski shot is blocked. Nicholas Lidstrom gets the rebound. Marc-Andre Fleury with a diving save. Max Talbot had a pair of goals, and the Pens win the Cup for the first time since '92. They